But I suspect that she's going to rest now. You can see she's kind of got her head down and taking it easy. I don't think she wants to walk too far. Full tummy, whether it's cub or food. Like I said, I don't think it's food. I wouldn't be surprised she's pregnant. And the heat starting to kind of increase now would mean that she's going to now, I think about just lying down. The one thing we do know with Tlalamba is that even in a hot day, she's not afraid to walk during the day. We often see her moving pretty effectively, even in the sort of hottest parts of the day. So I suspect that she'll lie down here now for a while in the shade, rest, and then as soon as she feels like the sun's hitting her, then she'll get up and go. But it just goes to show you how difficult this can be, because there were 3 cars that were in this block looking for her, and we had a rough idea of where she was, and we drove past this tree, but we turned behind this bush here. So she was lying here, and we turned behind where she's lying and drove that way, and because of the clump of grass, you won't see her at all. And so that's what, 15 meters? Yeah, about 15 meters that we drove past and didn't see her. So it just gives you an idea of how tricky it can be sometimes. All right, we'll sit with Tlalamba for a little bit. Obviously, as you heard on the radio, there's going to be a few people that are interested. She's obviously been a sleepy cat. She's such a funny cat, this though. I thoroughly enjoy her because of how difficult she can be. Like her mother. I don't know, I like that trait in a leopard sometimes. I like the fact that it's hard to find them at times. Like I have those cats that are easy and that you can kind of guarantee or have a situation where you can know on. You see how she perks up when vehicles approach. She likes to just see what's happening. To have those cats, like Hassan, I'll never ever for 1 second not be thankful for that time that I had with him. But I like these cats that have a little sort of mystery to them and make your life difficult. The harder you have to work to find them, the better I find it. I think it's a cool thing to be able to try and kind of pitch your skills against a leopard that knows its ability so well and is a master of disappearing. And the score will be 7 million to 1 really in favor of the leopard. But every now and then we get lucky and we get it right, and we're able to spend time with them. Now she might move now. You can see the odd fly giving her a little bit of irritation, and these yawns are always an indication that a cat potentially is going to move. It's almost like the game's up. She's been found, and so she'll typically then start to move. Now this morning Tlalamba has not really been in that mode. We've heard her sawing and we've obviously had her moving, but often what we do find with her is that she's an incredible huntress. So this weekend we're going to be delving deep into animals on the hunt. There will be a series of clips that we will be showing all of you guys over the course of the weekend of various incredible encounters we've had with our predators and the way that they go about hunting. Now, a lot of you, I know, are quite sensitive to hunts. Don't worry, it's not going to be a bloodbath. It's more to try and see the way these various predators go about it and the strategy behind hunting and what it takes to be a successful predator. At the end of the day, they have to eat and they have to have a way of surviving, and hunting is part of that. And so while we completely understand that no one wants to see blood and gore, having a look into their strategies and the way they go about it is always a fascinating insight into the lives of these animals, and particularly animals like a leopard that is so shy and reclusive. We're very fortunate here that we get to see how much they go about their business, and so we shall be doing that this weekend. Ben will be coming in, so it'll be Ben, myself and Tess this weekend, and we'll, like I say, be talking all about hunting and the way that it works for our various predators. But you can see she's starting to relax out now a little bit. It's interesting with her, it's funny because she grew up here on Djuma itself, and over the last couple of months, when she had the cubs, she was quite busy, and was seen a lot by various vehicles, ones including that have trackers on them. on the front. But it's interesting, her reaction to us versus the vehicles that have trackers. She's always far more alert when she sees a tracker on the front of the vehicle. So her eyes get much wider and she watches them. And then once she's satisfied everyone's not moving around too much, then she relaxes. And her mom was exactly the same, her grandmother the same, and her great-grandmother the same. Safari, Karula, Tundi, all of them used to watch the trackers as they used to come and kind of get wide-eyed and just make sure that these trackers on the front of the cars are not doing anything that they deem to be inappropriate. Tlalamba luckily hasn't inherited the Karula and Tundi genetic of then smiling at you and making it very much known that they don't appreciate a tracker on the vehicle. Tundi, particularly when she was younger, she was a nightmare. We used to have to put our trackers inside the cars all the time because she used to snarl, and sometimes she'd even bound at the vehicle and hiss. So, we got used to it pretty quickly, and, we used to view her a lot on Chipper, and we used to put our trackers inside for her. And then she was absolutely fine. We never had an issue again once we started doing that. Once she got older, though, and, we started to view her here on Juma, she calmed right down and she became far more accepting of trackers. But it was those initial sort of when she was 3, 4, 5, 6. That was when she was quite feisty, and it took a bit of time to kind of get her used to the trackers again.